Is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Kiwanis Club of Roswell, Laurie Schotz and Ron Lethgo back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's y'all look relatively calm? We're days away from the event, but y'all look not frazzled per se. You look like everything's are going okay right now. So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to get there. The sea's getting a little rougher.
Yeah. Oh, y'all's losing the scarf, so it's starting to be big time now.
I've learned it is what it is, right?
That's right. It is what it is. But if you haven't heard, we would love to invite everyone out this Saturday night out to the Anderson Museum. If you love Carole King, this is going to be your favorite night of the week here. We're going to have Deb DeLuca doing a tribute to Carole King at the Anderson Museum. Beautiful music on that beautiful piano in a beautiful facility. A real treat for folks here, and it's a one night only, one shot only deal this Saturday night. So we still have some tickets left.
Right,
they are selling. So I can't guarantee Saturday you'll get if you just roll up in there. I can't guarantee. But I can guarantee if you get one today, you will get into the show.
Right.
So, and this is it's for you guys. This is just a fun night of maybe a date night, some heavy hors d'oeuvres and some music and maybe sightseeing of all the different things at the museum. Which, if you've never been, please come early or stick around afterwards and enjoy the museum. It's as much of this experience as the tribute to Carole King is, but. All of this is fundraising for the all-inclusive park. This is the whole point of this Saturday night. Yes, we want you to come and enjoy the music and have a good time, but we really want your money so we can raise money for this all-inclusive park. That's the big thing.
That's
here.
The important thing for us as Kiwanians is raising funds for these kids that are on the spectrum that would enjoy a place to go play that's designed specifically for them. It'll be open to all children, of course, but it's certainly a unique facility.
And then actually it goes a step beyond being just for them. It's actually the all-inclusive park. It's so they can go there and have a good time and enjoy it equally as much as a child that's not on the spectrum. That's what this park's about. It's a park for a kid. If you're a kid and you want to play, this park has got things that's going to make you inspire you and want to play and have fun. It's not going to be intimidating. It's not going to be, obviously, depending on how far and what their different issues are on the spectrum, sensitivity issues or just there's a slew of different things. Maybe it's a physical thing. Maybe it's more psychological, mental. But either way, this park is designed so a kid with some limited abilities or no limited abilities can have a good time at this park.
Right, and this facility is designed for them. Like kids on the spectrum don't necessarily like a big bucket of water being poured down on their head. And,
well, I'm not on the spectrum. That's not high on my thing of the list I like either.
But for kids that are on the spectrum, they prefer the water coming up.
Sure.
So
okay.
There's going to have a water feature in there.
Gotcha.
As we understand from the design we've seen, is that will bubble up from the ground and that they can go in and
test it at their own way instead of getting shocked with here's surprise, there's a big bucket of water on your head. Yeah. That's why that's a prank in most people's households and not a ride at a park.
I don't like even getting splashed in the shower, so I don't want to be part of that.
But that's what we're doing. Hopefully this is the first of many parks that'll be played through or installed throughout Roswell and New Mexico here, because I know not only will it be the first one in Roswell, is this one of the first in New Mexico as well? Southeast New Mexico here.
Rio Rancho is the only other one that I'm aware of.
Okay.
State, I know in Southeast is the first one.
Good. So we're kind of creating trends and setting paths here.
Right.
This, so.
Yeah, I know there was a park when my son lived in Albuquerque for several years. I'd take my grandkids to a park called the Park Above, and in Albuquerque area, and it was a park specifically designed for children with handicap. They had a swing where a wheelchair could roll on.
Oh, nice.
And so
cool is that?
And but my kids, my grandkids, thoroughly enjoyed it as well. So it's as you say, this is a park designed for all kids.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
obviously
will
it's got
accommodate.
for special needs and things, but that's the beauty of this park. It's not just for folks that are on the spectrum or have special needs. It don't matter. If your kid's a kid, your kid can come have fun at this park, and that's what we want, all inclusive. If you're a child, and all children, hopefully, have the mind of a child and want to play and do things like a child. That's the cool part of being a child.
Right.
And we want a place where they can do that regardless of their limitations or lack thereof.
Right.
You know, you have no limitations, you're going to have as much fun as someone with severe limitations. You know, that's the whole point here.
Right.
So all we're asking you to do is come and enjoy some hors d'oeuvres, eat some fancy foods, and kind of enjoy beautiful music in this beautiful facility. That's all we're asking you to do is come have a good time Saturday night and enjoy the music and help us get that much closer to raising the money we need to get this park, breaking ground and going from a dream to a reality.
Right.
So.
And as you say, it would be a perfect date night. You can arrive at 6:00, and the hors d'oeuvres will be laid out at that point in time. You'll get a free glass of champagne included in the ticket, and then there will also be a cash bar there. But if you come at 6, the concert probably won't start till 7:15.
Okay.
So you can wander around the museum and mingle with the folks that are there. And so I think it will be a really nice date night, and then plus the concert to conclude the evening.
Yeah.
So it would be great.
It's supposed to rain on Saturday, so what a great indoor activity.
Exactly. You ain't rain or shine at the Anderson.
Right.
It's all indoors there.
And I
Here.
know there's a lot of things going on this weekend to choose from, but we're hoping that you will choose us in the evening. You know, you might have your day filled up, but then in the evening you can come out to the Anderson. If you don't know Carole King and you know James Taylor, you've got a friend. I mean, I don't know who doesn't know that song. I'm sure I'd be surprised. But I started playing music at work to some of our employees, and they're like, I know that song. I know that song. I know that song. I'm like, right. I think she's more of a songwriter performer.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you may not know her name, but you know James Taylor, and she's done a lot of collaborating.
It's kind of like, well, it's like that, and here, let me do something real quick. Can we switch mics here? Can you give that one to her? Because I think yours is clipping or doing something ornery on me here, and we don't want to fix that. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That thing, he was telling me that you're cutting in and out, so I was like, all right, let's flip
That's all
over
right.
to
Ron
this
can
one.
do all the talking.
I look at, to be honest, I look at Prince that same way. Yes, Prince had some hits and known for his hits, but there are so many artists that are famous and have songs because Prince wrote the songs and did all the, people like Christina Aguilera may not have a career if it wasn't for people like Prince. You know what I'm saying? And this tribute to Carole King is kind of that same way. It's like, well, without Carole King, would you have James Taylor?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's that same kind
I was
of.
like, I Will Always Love You. I remember when that came out with The Bodyguard, and everyone's like, oh, Whitney Houston's new song. I'm like, you better check who wrote that, because it was Dolly Parton, and she's already had it at number one 3 different times.
Yeah, well, she did a pretty good version of it, too.
And then after Whitney, she did it as a duet that hit number 1. So, sometimes you have to check behind the artist that's singing it and find out who the brains were that wrote it.
Well, it always makes me laugh, like you watch those YouTube videos of younger people, and they'll be listening to like their favorite rapper. Like the one that was kind of famous was there's like a Kanye video, and he uses some of Paul McCartney's music in the thing, and the people are like, I don't know who this Paul McCartney is, but Kanye's going to blow him up, and I'm like, yeah, you might want to reverse that a little bit. Paul McCartney's a god. You can't. He's pretty much the most he's a Beatle. You don't. Come on, that's royalty
my
right
niece
there.
was young. She was like, Beatles? Who would name their band after a bug? And I was like appalled. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. But I love when younger people just find out these artists and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna blow them up. I'm like, yeah, do your history a little bit there. Just Google Paul McCartney, see what you come up with.
Listen to his music.
Yeah.
The doors will open at 6 for those that are coming for heavy hors d'oeuvres and the champagne. So, yes, you want to come maybe a little early, 5 or 10 minutes, not any more than that, because the doors are not going to be open. That gives us time to set up the champagne and the cash bar and the food ready and the tables ready for you. And then, of course, there'll be like you said, there'll be like an hour and 15 minutes of them. They can eat, they can
Walk
stroll
around.
around, they can look at the artwork.
And please get there early for that hour. Come in the 6 o'clock
Yes.
hour. Come get your hors d'oeuvres and everything and get your grub on. But especially if you've never been to the museum or haven't been in a long time, you could easily fill that entire hour just walking through the gallery, seeing all the different art.
Right.
And what I love about that museum, it's got something for everybody. Like from what you would think is traditional art, paintings, things that, you walk into an art gallery and think. But then they go to the eclectic,
Right.
things that like recycled art or things that you look at it and it's like, whoa, what is that? And then you kind of look and it's art made from a different way or a different perspective or a sculpture that you're like, that's wild. That's
I like
out
the
there.
golf club bags hanging from the ceiling. They're kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very eclectic. Everything from what you would say traditional,
Just typical
classic art.
paintings and
Yeah,
sculptures
to the more out there, crazy stuff. They've got everything there. So, and that's what I love about it.
And Mike, if it's okay, I'd like to do a shout out to some of our sponsors that are
Absolutely,
helping.
please.
So we have Kremlin Auto, we have Chimera, Pioneer Bank, Edward Jones, of course, our own Kiwanians, our representative Greg Nybert. And have I hit everyone?
I think so, yeah.
He's also
I'm
another
trying to do it
Kiwanian,
without
by
my
the way.
glasses on, so. Of course, and then we do have individual tickets that are sold that are coming. And if you are interested in heavy hors d'oeuvres and champagne, you can, and obviously a seat at the table, literally. You can call 575-513-8119. It is $150 per person to come. But I will tell you there are about 6 tickets maybe left that are show only. That means that you show up at 7:15, and all you're going to do is come in and see the concert. You can go visit the cash bar,
Sure.
but everything else.
But no hors d'oeuvres, not
Right,
just,
no
just
hors
the show and
Right.
come early and walk the museum and see the museum.
Right.
But
And those tickets are $45.
good deal.
And you'll call the same number, 575-513-8119, and I'll get you set up for that.
Good deal. But again, we're doing a fundraising event for the
Right.
all-inclusive park. So we if you have the means and want to donate more, the more the merrier, because we've had lots of events and we're getting close to that goal, but we're getting to that point now.
Final
where-
push.
The
Final
final
push.
push here
This
to
is the final push,
get us over the goal line here. So we've been talking and planning and getting everything, and COVID certainly didn't help. That could put a
No.
monkey wrench in the plans here. But there's a lot of people, including us, we're ready to get this park ground broke and go into the part where kids are going to be enjoying it soon.
Right.
So come out and enjoy a beautiful concert and beautiful food and just a fun night. Coming and schmoozing, meeting friends and walking around, seeing some great art. Get inspired. Who knows? Maybe you're going to go in there and see art and be like, I could do this and start becoming an artist.
Or maybe you want to become a Kiwanian.
Yeah, or a Kiwanian, yeah. Might be easier, actually. Just saying. Yeah, quick knock out this artist thing or be a Kiwanian. I think a Kiwanian might be a little bit easier, Yeah, what are you going to do? I just think I'd go be an artist.
Starving artist at that.
Right.
If
Well,
it
that
was
part's
me.
not
If
hard. The
that was
starving
me,
part,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
do that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of it's a little bit tricky. Here,
But she
so.
sounds like Carol King. She looks like Carol King. And thank you to the newspaper, to Christina, for the article that she gave us. It was
Awesome.
wonderful. And we're on Facebook, and more information is on Facebook at our site, Kiwanis of Roswell, or it should be all over Facebook. So if you can't find it, keep searching. Call a Kiwanian. We'd love to have everyone come out and support the event.
Absolutely. Now, I can't make this statement as certain, but I can ask and see. Is the piano at the Anderson arguably the nicest piano in town?
Yes, because it's not just a grand piano; it's a concert grand.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I mean, granted, I'm sure maybe some household there might be a really nice one here, but as far as we know, that's probably
Yes.
the best, nicest, most beautiful sounding piano in this community.
Yep.
I'm thinking Artesia's got one in there. They got a pretty nice one in there, so that one will compete. But there's not a
But
lot of
that's
those.
not a
just lined-
concert grand.
Yeah,
It's a grand, but it's not a concert
yeah,
grand.
that one's
Yeah.
it's close, but it ain't this one. And so that's probably the closest here. So anytime you get an opportunity to hear a musician play on this instrument that knows what they're doing, that's the other.
Right.
Any clown can beat
And
these,
especially in this intimate space, right?
Right.
You're not
just-
competing with 100, 200 people in the audience.
Yeah,
There's
you're-
only so many seats
yeah,
in our
you're
room.
getting a
so.
real exclusive kind of inside event here. It's really You're getting, this music. You're getting, the people that lived it, wrote it. You're seeing the history of it right there in front of you, and you're seeing a beautiful facility with this beautiful piano and this beautiful atmosphere. And I think you'll really enjoy it. I think if you're trying to impress a date, this would be a good opportunity to, And by the way, you don't have to dress to the nines here, but just get a little nice. Don't come in. You don't have to go put a tux on or a ball dress or a ball gown or nothing. But wash your face, put on, comb your hair, put something kind of,
And if, let's say, Carol
I say
King
church
is not
clothes, but I don't know if that's a rule anymore.
It is not your thing, or this isn't something you're interested in coming to, but you're interested in donating to the park. You can also do that at our P.O. Box, which is 1801, Roswell, New Mexico, 88202. And you can just drop it in the mail to us, and we would gladly take that donation and work.
Is there any
for
way
the park.
online to do, like through Facebook?
Yes,
or
on Facebook and on our
page,
and on our Kiwanis page, we have a donate button.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that you can specifically say what you want to donate it towards.
But imagine if you leave a message and say, "Hey, I just donated a check," and you're like, "Which one?" There's usually not seven sitting there, and it's like, "Hey, I want to make sure that goes towards the all-inclusive park," and they'll be. No problem. That's exactly what we'll make sure it happens.
And if you drop a check in the mail, just write it in the memo section.
Yeah, and that'll
inclusive park.
That'll earmark it exactly.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can give to the project. We're just trying to bring us something a little different to the area, and for us to do something different. I don't think Kiwanis has done anything quite. I don't want to say high toned, but this high tone before.
It's a little fancier than pancakes. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'll leave that to Mr. Nybert.
Not as tasty. Don't get me wrong. The pancakes are pretty good, but it's not classy per se. Although Nybert makes some Mickey Mouse ones. We're starting to get into classy area when he goes with the Mickey Mouse.
Takes
thing.
They're pretty good at that. Kids enjoyed that.
Although they're up in their game now. I've watched. I think it's like A&E or AMC or one of those channels, and they had a commercial where a guy's making pancakes, those gourmet, and he's doing it, and he's making the different characters of the shows that are on AMC. So like Breaking Bad was one of them. So they're making like Breaking Bad pancakes, and they got like designs. Of course, they're using like those things you fill ketchup with, but put in pancake batter and squeeze it and do it. So, but I don't know. It's like an art form now, making celebrity pancakes or something. I don't know.
And who would have thunk?
So we'll need to get Greg to get the next level for next time.
Kick it up.
Work
and all
on
the
his
spare
pancakes.
time.
All right, one more time. I want to remind folks, this Saturday night, December 3rd, concert starts at 7 p.m. The event really starts at 6 with hors d'oeuvres and everything else. It's at the Anderson Museum. Come meet Deb DeLuca performing her tribute to Carole King. It is proceeds from this event all go to the all-inclusive park. The Kiwanis Club, this is their passion project. They've been working with the city and a few other entities for the last 3 years now.
And the
something
governor.
Like that. And the governor, some higher ups too. And so we'd love for you to come out and enjoy a beautiful evening of the music of Carole King, some delicious heavy hors d'oeuvres, and come and impress your dates and smooze. And, if you're trying to impress I'd say a man to impress a lady, I feel like it kind of leans heavier in that relationship. I mean, I might be the other way.
Be politically correct, Mike. No.
It might be the other way, but I'm just saying, statistically speaking, there's going to be more of that way going on to do that. And so, fellas, this would be a great, just make sure you.
Or bring your office.
Bring your office,
or
maybe your civic organization. Maybe you got a bunch of volunteers been doing great work and say, hey, I'd like to treat you to a night of beautiful music and hors d'oeuvres. And as a thank you. As a thank you for serving and being a part of it. Any of these things apply. But if you're trying to impress a spouse, a date, a lady, this would be a good event to do that too. So
it's great kickoff.
And then, of course, if you'd like to become and learn more about becoming a Kiwanian, of course, you can come Saturday night. But you guys meet at Cerritos the third Tuesday. I can't forget.
First and third Tuesday.
First and third Tuesday.
So
of the
December
month.
6th will be the next time we meet.
Okay.
And we have Dr. M.J. Lewis, who's going to come and speak to
He's
us.
your guest speaker. Good deal.
And then we're having reindeer games on December 20th.
Okay.
And don't ask me what that means because I haven't decided yet.
Well, there's that movie, which I don't think that's the direction you're going to go with. And there's the song, which, is Rudolph and all that. So I'm thinking it's leaning that way a little bit. But yeah, they come. And matter of fact, if you come and be a member, they'll buy you lunch the first time and all that too.
Yep.
And
Sign us.
and I don't know. I'm sure if you've spent any time in town, you've eaten at Cerritos and know that whatever it is.
And we're in the larger big room.
I'm thinking,
They have two.
yeah.
I think of just 1 month, y'all should move your meeting to breakfast hours. That way you can get breakfast burritos and stuff and get some of their breakfast fare instead of just lunch. Because that's one of my favorites is my wife and I, we go and get the breakfast burrito. We each order our own, and then we split hash browns. And we don't finish it all. We usually take half the burrito home because they're like this big.
Yeah, their portions are large.
So, but come out and meet other Kiwanians. Come learn about. Now, obviously, the Kiwanians kind of focus on children, helping children. That's kind of their main. Obviously, with the all-inclusive park, that's the big thing. But they're into schools with helping out in literature, reading, all the kind of stuff that's kind of when they're not doing big projects like this. That's the stuff they're doing in between. Kind of.
Yeah, one of our other functions is we take dictionaries to all the third grade
dictionaries.
classes.
Yeah, that's the one. I was like the Thrower's dictionary. I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
It's a hard copy of a dictionary, and of course you can look up words online. But this gets them used to
having a book
and searching out words in a dictionary and then learning what they mean. So
absolutely,
it's a nice project for us, and I know some other groups do different grade levels with dictionaries, and so it gets them started in third grade. So
well, for some kids, that's maybe the first book they ever gotten.
Yeah, for a lot of them, it may be.
And it's sad but true. But
and what I think is different about Kiwanians is International says it's about changing the world one child, one community at a time. So we also add community. So we do things like when Main Street has with a garden club, and I'm not sure who else is involved with the flowers downtown. We come out and volunteer the time to get those down to make that look, our community look great for our guests and our tourism. Come fill the planters
downtown.
Right.
And they even go to other places like Historical Society and work on the gardens and stuff there. There's a few places
and
around
there's
town they go
that
to.
take what you need, leave what you can places in town that our Circle K kids out at the college have been very involved in making packets and take it out there. And we did that a few times as well and worked with them together. So I always say that's kind of the difference between there's a lot of civic groups, but this was the one that actually mentioned community as well as you start with the kids.
It's part of the mission statement from day one.
Right.
So, that reminds me, the Circle K kids. Obviously, that's another side. That's for the youth that are part of Kiwanis.
College.
And go to, is that high school or college?
That's college, and then the Key Club is for the high school.
High school kid. Yeah. So let me ask: does parents have to be associated Kiwanians to be part of Key Club or the Circle K?
No,
they can do that through their own. So if you have a high school kid, reach out to your school, whichever school you attend, and say, "Hey, I'd like to learn more about the Key Club," and maybe that's your foot in the door and getting involved in some of the great work that Kiwanians do. And as a kid, you're thinking this might, hopefully you graduate onto the Circle K and then a full-on Kiwanian member and hopefully here, but wherever you end up. And what I like about it is you're getting that. So if you wanted, and I would imagine because of high school and college and your service requirements, community service, those kind of, being a member of Key Club or Circle K probably hits all those notes right there. Key Club,
right, for your college,
but
high school,
it's all the right notes for that kind of thing. So if you have a child that's interested in getting involved in doing stuff, or maybe you're a parent. Of course, if you're a parent that's a Kiwani, you probably have already reached out to your kids and said, "Hey,
along your kid to
how's
some
your
events,
Key Club going?" and get in that and all that. But if you have a child and you yourself are not a Kiwani and thinking that might be a good avenue, have them talk to their guidance counselors at their high school. And ask about getting in touch with the Key Club at the school there.
Key Club or the Circle K out at the
if you're at the college there. If you're a little older there too. So and you can pick it up either time. And like if you didn't do Key Club in high school, you can still join the Circle K and vice versa if you do high school. But I'm going to be a doctor. I don't have time to do 27 things right now.
Right.
And maybe I can be a Key Club or be a Circle K kid later when I have less work or something. But either way, it's there for you.
Yep.
Good deal. Is there anything else we want to mention? I know we kind of covered a lot of ground there, but
we're going to do a golf ball drop in the spring.
Yeah, we'll be doing
the next one. So we'll be back on talking about that
for April. And I think last year we sold each one of those chances at $10 a pop, and so that'll be another fundraiser. That'll probably go to fund some different activities in the club that we're involved
hopefully
in.
By that time,
and hopefully
we got the money for this park already, and we're working on to the next thing.
Right. And it's either open or getting prepared to be open at that point in time.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd
we
be
get
great.
the point where we're cutting ribbons and actually have kids
Groundbreaking
out
would
and
be good.
playing in the park. So, doing all the things we envisioned here several years ago. But yeah, that's the goal. So please, and if you're not familiar with the golf ball drops, those are really cool. They usually you purchase a golf ball for like $10 here. And they put some difference. Some have a little bit different rules, but the general gist is they have like a target on the ground with a spot, like an X marks the spot kind of thing. Right. And they'll get something like a hook and ladder truck or something like that, and drop the balls, all the golf balls that were bought from a finite distance, whatever it is, 200 yards or feet or whatever it is. Right. And then the ball that lands closest to the X wins the pot.
Right.
In essence. Yeah. And that's how it works.
And then there's prizes going out.
Sure, yeah.
4 or 5 other
you can win some other cool prizes and things, but that's the gist of it. You pay $10 and maybe you got a chance of winning some cash or some cool prizes, and all that money raised goes to hopefully a new project here in the spring.
Right. Yep, for sure.
Good deal. That's the concept of it. Yeah. We'll talk more about it as we get closer.
We'll be back.
So good deal. Well, thank you guys. And of course, don't forget this Saturday, come out, get your tickets today. I would hate for you to wait till that night and then get there and there's no tickets available. So go ahead and pre-order them. Best way to do that is call Laurie direct. I don't think I've said that yet. Maybe I should do that a couple times. Call Laurie direct to get tickets. 575-513-8119. 575-513-8119. If you don't remember that, call me and I will get that to you. 575-513-8119. And I think the number's on all the Kiwanian pages and stuff too. So you can look it on Facebook there and find it. That's where I got it. But, and that way. But call her, get your tickets. Do it today rather than wait until Friday or Saturday here, especially. Right. But if you space out and show up Saturday, is there a way to get you a ticket, depending if there's availability left? Yeah. If there's availability, if we're not sold out, we can get you a ticket.
And you're there, we will somehow get you in.
But there's no guarantee.
We got some empty seats at some tables.
I'm hoping we have to turn you away because the idea is for it to sell out. That's what we want.
Would be nice. Yeah.
But so that way, just do everybody a favor. Call Laurie here in a little bit. Not right now. She's on the air, but give her a few minutes to get settled. And
then give me a little while to give you a call back. I've had to explain to some people that have called. Well, I called you a day ago. And I understand that, but I also have a full-time job, so I'm trying to do my job.
You got to pay your bills.
And sell tickets and kind of help coordinate. So I will get to you. I will not forget you.
Yeah.
I will call and let you know if there's tickets available and what you want and in whatever category you'd like to come.
I know it's a weird concept, but bosses expect their employees to do work sometimes.
I know.
Go figure.
So disappointing sometimes.
And they get mad when you not do other people's work on their time sometimes, Yeah.
They're getting so picky these days.
Yeah. Jeez. Classless. I'm kidding, of course. But excellent. Well, thank you guys. We'll let you get back to work here. And of course, get your tickets. Come on out. Enjoy a beautiful night here of music. And even if it's not your thing, know that you're helping get us closer to get this park happening and do all. If you're like, I don't know Carole King songs, come out anyway.
Or Google her. You probably do.
You probably realize you expose yourself to something new. And who knows? You may turn out you like it. You might like this stuff. Get a little, it's not all has to be pizza and wings and hanging out. You can have fun and kind of upscale a little bit too. It's nice to get dressed up and a little fancy and do things that feels a little sophisticated from time to time.
Time to time.
Reminds us we aren't complete savages. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you again next time. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.
All right. It is 9:46.